Look me in my eyes. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. You see Tucci right here. You see Mac Me right here. She ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. You see 2 Chainz right here. You see Max Payne right here. She ain't got no words. Look at me, look at the Negro face. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. You see 2 Chainz right here. You see Max Payne throwing tags. I ain't got no words. I ain't gonna get no words. I ain't gonna get no words. What's going on, boxing fans? This is Dang Nine. And I wanted to talk about what boxing's missing. And what I mean by that, now you know what I mean by that. I think boxing is real stationary to the point where people are just perplexed and niggas don't know what to do and just scrams. You understand what I'm saying? Like, who to fight next? Like, you know, their team and shit. You understand? So what I want to talk about, boxing fans, I want to talk about sparks of ideas that make boxing mesmerizing, magnificent, terrific. Now, what I want to talk on is, I think these elements of boxing are missing. Let's talk about the rules, the politics on, you know, the policies, just the government of boxing. And what I want to talk on, I ain't got no words. And nigga, I ain't got no words. You see Tucci right here. You see T-Pain right here. I ain't got no words. Nigga, I ain't got no words. Nigga, I ain't got no words. But real talk, listen, I don't mean to waste your time, boxing fans, but listen. What I want to talk about is, nigga, I ain't got no words. Nigga, I ain't got no motherfucking words. You see 2 Chainz right here. Max Payne right here. Okay, listen. I wonder. Now listen, boxing fans, I'm doing my thing, right? And I gotta admit, I'm sensitive. I'm very sensitive to criticism of anything I stand for. Like, if you question it, I take it personal. But it's just your own opinion. It's not that serious. So I might have some haters on the DL they always admired my work. But they want to jump on me, you know, because I'm nice. I'm ill as shit. You understand? Niggas is hate, negative love. So I might get some people to jump on me, but I don't give a fuck about that. I need real people to not support me, but brainstorm, like exchange ideas. Right, Mac Me, right. She ain't got no motherfucking words. She ain't got no motherfucking words. She ain't got no motherfucking words. Right here. You see T-Pain. Right there. I ain't got no words. Nigga, I ain't got no words. Damn. Okay, listen. Listen, boxing fans. I don't mean to be a clown, but, you know, a champ got charisma. And, you know, I like to be worth y'all time. So, what I want to talk about is, let's get serious, boxing fans. I'm sorry about that. It's just, you know how certain songs are on your mind, and you know you want to sing. It's just on your mind. So, shout out to Lil Wayne by any chance. Weezy, Young Money, Young Gunna. In these streets right now, I'm really feeling, boxing fans, Keith Chief. That nigga's nice. Like, He got that type of music, Safe House in the Gym boxing. I want to go hard. I want to go ham or hard in the paint. You understand? He got that real gangster music. So shout out to that little brethren. You understand? Little Shotta. I heard he's causing havoc in the streets. So, you know, real gangster music. So, you know, that made me want to chop some heads off. That type of music. But yeah, let's get back to it, boxing fans. You know, I'm just need to be stationary when I talk. Hold on, boxing fans. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, boxing fans, yeah. I just want to get right to the chase. Okay. Back in the day, right? Blood made a video on the 4 sanctions of bodies in boxing. Like, belts don't mean anything. There's no true value in the belts. You understand? So they made, like, at first it was one belt. You know, everybody it really meant something back then. Everybody want to get that belt. You have no problem getting fights because you the source, you know. You represents the poster child of, the mascot of the division. Everybody want to get it. So there was one belt back in the day. Then they made 2. I don't know, you know, what years was it between. Then they made 3, and now we're at 4. I don't know if 5's coming up. But listen, boxer fans, I came up with an idea that would be excellent for boxing. Excellent, you hear me? And what I want to talk about is, basically this video is what boxing's missing, and what needs to happen in order to make shit more recognized for boxing. More recognized, more coverage. Okay? Now this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 sanctions of bodies. And I'm going to talk about, let's bring it back to the young gun days. To the true veteran gladiator days. 15 rounds. Now, the only time you have 15 rounds, boxing fans, I already said this in my past videos, is, you know, they had it back in the 80s. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler. I think Holyfield, when he was a cruiserweight, he went through 15. Yeah, I think he went through 15 rounds. Muhammad Ali, you know, Smoking Joe, George Foreman. You know, these were 15 rounds back in the day. Now, you had Boo Boo Mancini, when he killed somebody. It wasn't on purpose. You know, he just getting it in. You know, trying to get that, you know, work. Trying to get that in. So he didn't do that on purpose. But, what I mean is, boxer fans, they need to bring back 15 rounds. They need to bring back 15 rounds. But the only time it's recommended, if it's superior faces of boxings meeting each other, crossroads going at it in the ring. Only make that happen if it's 2 huge names of boxing facing each other. I'll give you an example. Basically, it has to be a pay-per-view smash out. It's 2 main characters. I said this in my past video. But 2 main characters going at it, battling for supremacy. They both have a mega fan base, a mega influence on the world. These are like HBO pay-per-view certified, only pay-per-view certified supremacy fights. And I think they should be 15 rounds. Because I think it separates the real from the fake, the men from the boys. You understand? It separates who wants it. And I think we deserve that. So I think they should bring 15 rounds on only mega names. Now, if we got HBO free and fighters are doing it big and they got belts, make that 12 rounds. But if it's like the whole world's going to see, or everybody know, they can't wait for this fight, pay-per-view only, make that 15 rounds. Because they're battling for supremacy. They're battling for who's the, you know how BoxRec has it, L4L, something like that. And basically the pound for pound list. Who's the real pound for pound in that division? So if you have 2 names, 2 main characters, 2 the biggest names of the eras. You know, two main characters going at it. 15 rounds, I think that'd be best. You know, we get our money's worth, and we get to see who the true winner is. Who's the true winner is, not just 12 rounds. We see who the true champion, the true warrior, the true you know, whose world is the boxing world, you know? So they need to bring back 15 rounds for supremacy fights. Yeah, you know, half of the world, they know their name. Both of them, not just one fighter. If it's one fighter that's popping and the other opponent's just good, but nobody knows them, make that 12. But if it's there you go, two superstars in the ring. If there's two superstars in the ring fighting each other, two main characters, two superstars, make that 15 rounds. It's only a 3-round difference. And listen, I know there was a casualty to something fatal happened at ring. Boo Boo Mancini and the opponent he fought. His body language was his spirit was still in the fight, but his physical aspect wasn't. You know, brain. So, hold on, boxer fans, hold on. A nigga ain't got no words. A nigga ain't got no right. So you got these referees with, oh yeah. So basically this video is about just add on stuff that boxing's missing. Fucking referees. Fucking up the fight. They fucking up boxing. These referees. You know, with these rated PG, G-rated stoppage. Now, I understand saving the human body, saving the fighter's life, or, you know, stuff like that. But if the motherfucker's heart's still in the fight for all that time, all that work he put in, all that work he put in the gym, all that time, blood, sweat, and tears, work, hurt, and sacrifice in that ring, you do not have the right to take that from that man. You do not have the right to take his spirit, his fighting spirit from the fight, because real talk, you'll get seriously suspended for this, probably expelled from the sport. But if a referee stops a fight and you know your ass ain't hurt, and you know you can take a gun, basically he wastes TKO. See, a lot of fighters, it's like they're confused. They don't really know where they stand. Most fighters, they're kind of like yes men riders. You know, all they care about is getting that help and winning fights. So basically, if a ref wastes TKO and you know you got more in your tank, more fire left, you should try to knock out not your opponent but the referee. You know, treat him like an opponent. You know, knock out the referee, but that'll just be bad conduct. You'll get like seriously suspended for that, probably arrested. But if a ref stopped my fight and I know I'm not hurt, I'm getting it. There's some way. Matter of fact, when they interviewed real talk, they don't be interviewing the losers unless you're a superstar. You know, boxing. But at the interview, I'll point my fingers at the referee's a fucking faggot and a fucking bitch. You know? So I would point that out. So we need more real refs like Joe Cortez, Tony Weeks. What's that referee that did, he's a good ref. He's okay. He's a pretty good ref. He did Andre Ward and Chad Dawson's fight. He's a real good ref. I like him. He's all right. He's straight. You know, we need more good refs. You understand? We need good refs like Joe Cortez, Tony Weeks, and that guy that did Andre Ward and Chad Dawson. We need more good, solid refs for the boxing world. They're not sucking excuse my vulgar language, but they're not sucking the fighter's dick. You understand what I'm saying? They're not jumping on his dick for a stop, for waving stoppers, thinking he's a fucking ambulance, you know? And that's another thing. These stupid stand-up, these 8 counts. That gives them time to breathe, but it's ridiculous. And also, boxer fans, I think I'm really game. I agree on three knockdown rule in the fight. That's like a grand slam. Even though if it's all flash knockdowns, I think it's like shooting the 8 ball in the pocket of playing pool. A 3, you understand, or a grand slam. So they should have that always 3 round knockdown. You know, automatically waive the fight. You understand? So I'm agree with that. Honestly, the reason they don't have Saved by the Bells, because they don't want no controversy. You know, saying, oh, the bell helped him, or they don't want the fighter taking punishment like that. I think Saved by the Bell should only be valid if it's the end after the 6th round. So 7 rounds through 12. And remember I said 15 rounds. But once you get to the 7th round, that's when Saved by the Bells should be valid. You understand? Because you made it that far into the fight. You made it that far into the battlefield. The arena of blood, sweat, and tears. So you should have the right to be valid of 7 rounds through 12 or 7 rounds through 15 to get Saved by the Bells. And honestly, I think you should get standing. I know this is a lot to carry, but these should be in the books of the boxing world. Once you're like in double-digit championship rounds, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, or 10, 11, 12, that's when you should have standing 8 counts. You understand? So I know I can't get all this shit wrapped into one for like confirmed, you know, because it can't go all my way. But let me point out the things that they really need. Both superstars going at it, pay-per-views, box office smash hit, sold out arena. Should be 15 rounds. And fire these bitch-ass referees, Kenny Bailiffs, Russell Lamore, all these faggot refs sucking fighters' dicks. Niggas is homosexuals. Homosexual referees. Okay? Full-blown homosexual referees. Okay. So, boxer fans, let me get why I really made this video. Let's talk about the 4 sanctions of body. The 4 belts. Now, I don't know all the names. You got IBF, WBC, WBA. You know. You understand what I'm saying? I named 3 belts. But, you know, I didn't name all 4. But I don't know the true initials. But basically, what I want to say is, okay, you ready, boxing fans? Once you get 1 title belt, that means you the man. Once you get 2 title belts, I was gonna say 2 belts, but since this is a drastic change in boxing, I think you should only wait to get 3 belts. You listen, boxing fans? If you have 3 belts on you, you have the right to fight an opponent up from your weight class. I'll give you an example. Say if Adrian Broner, the superstar on the come up, he still, you know, he still ain't, you know, he's still not the face, you know, he still ain't a Floyd Mayweather status yet, but it shows that he has true potential, true prospect. Say if Adrian, I don't know how many belts he has in lightweight right now. I think he has Antonio DeMarcos. Say if he has 1 belt, that shows, all right, I'm here. You understand? I'm here. I made world champion. Personal desire, I want it. You got that away. Now you have 2 belts. Now 2 belts recommend represents, honestly, 2 belts represents I'm a great fighter. Now, if you had 3 belts, this is gonna prove how great you are. Are you listening, boxing fans? Once you have 3 sanctions of bodies of belts of all 3 in that division, I think you should have the right. We're gonna use Adrian Broner for example. Say if Adrian Broner had 3 belts in the lightweight division, he has the right to fight somebody at 140 or super featherweight. You know why? Because oh yeah, and I don't believe in catchweights. That shit is for bitches. I do not believe in catchweights, boxing fans. That shit is fake. I do not believe in catchweights. That shit is lame. What I mean is, say if Adrian Broner had 3 belts, he prepares for a fight just like a regular fight, but he prepares for his best weight. He don't have to, jump up crazy. He'll show up fight day probably about 132, just training hard. This is lightweight we're talking about. But he's the shit right now. Or he's climbing to be the shit, and he's just mesmerizing. He has 3 belts equipped on him. I'm not saying now, this is hypothetical. And he's like 132. Got 3 belts. Now he's calling for, like, it's not my fault, just like Klitschko brothers. It's not my fault this division is lame right now. So what happens is, guess what? We make shit magnificent. And you know what I'm talking about? If Adrian Broner has 3 belts, this is hypothetical, for the future. This is what boxing should do. I hope our forums and our videos reach out to these, to the puppet masters. Cause this needs to happen. This needs to happen. It's only right. And I have not evidence. It's kind of evidence, but I have a serious. This is a word I'm looking for. But I have, why it should go down. A good reason, an excellent, perfect one. So if Adrian Broner, say if he had 3 belts, he could fight if he's still relevant. If these opponents are still relevant. He could stay at his best weight. There's no such thing as catch weight. All that shit is lame. He's just like a regular fight. Show up at his best weight and fight a fighter that's 140. 140. And if he gets that belt, the whole purpose of this is to show how great the fighter actually is. Not just Adrian Broner, but my situation, it shows how great the fighter actually is for greatness. So climb on that history pole of ladders. The resumes he, on his resume. So say if he fought Brandon Rios, Juanma Lopez. I heard Juanma Lopez could still make 135. I didn't know that. Well, honestly, I don't think Broner deserves Juanma Marquez. Real talk. I don't think he deserves him yet. Give him 2 more fights. Fight Juanma Marquez like in the summer time. And that's if Juanma either the summertime. Yeah, I don't know. Even the summertime, nigga. I don't think his buzz. I don't think he deserves Juanma Marquez. Not yet. This year, but not yet. Have it like in August. You understand? Like the end of the year, because Juanma Marquez is a legend. He's legendary. So, for Mexico, period. And for boxing, period. So I don't think he earns him yet, but I know I'm jumping all over the place, boxing fans. But this mess, you know what this video goes out to? The puppet strings, the puppet masters, and the true fans of the sport. That's who I'm speaking for when I'm making these videos. The true fans of the sport, and the puppet masters. And make this shit happen. To make it valid. Because you got people in there that they're just like us. But they're not as open-minded as the true people that don't have the power. Like me, say me. Or, channels out there that are doing it big in the hood. You understand? So they're just like us. But they don't have the open mind the genius, the creativity. It's not even creativity. It's the basic knowledge, common sense of doing it. It's just they have money. You understand? They have options. We just, it's just like us. So hopefully, these videos go out to them. So y'all get what I'm saying, boxing fans? So if a fighter has 3 belts, he has the right to fight. He could stay at his real weight, because I don't believe in, there's no such thing as catch weights. That shit's for lames. He goes in his best weight, and he could fight someone below him in the other division, like the neighbors, under him or above him, just to stretch it out. And it's up to them if they want to accept the challenge. And I'm sure they would accept the challenge, I'm sure if they accept the challenge. So, now, you know why I say that, boxing? Oh, yeah, and there's 4 sanctions. So the first belt shows you got your personal desire. Being world champion. Like, say, when you was on the come up, you always want to say, man, I want to be world champion. You finally got a belt. And after that, 2 is to show that you're a great fighter. Honestly, you're a great fighter. 2 belts, that's what it means. 3, now the third belt, that means how great are you? You understand? And when it means how great are you, like, you understand? How great really are you? I'm talking about in the division, in boxing, period. Hall of Fame. 3 belts means you have the potential to be great. And the 4th belt means if you keep reigning and taking shit, 4th belt means, you could be legend. You could be legendary. Y'all get what I'm saying, boxing fans? So, and the reason I said this should go down, look at the heavyweight division. The Klitschko brothers. Look at Seth Mitchell when he's Jonathan Banks. Seth Mitchell is 40 pounds or 20 pounds bigger than Johnny Banks. So the heavyweight division does it. Not just that. Look at Mike Tyson. You know why Mike Tyson was so savage, boxing fans? Because he was a smaller guy. He knew them guys were Goliath compared to him. A lot of people didn't tweak on Tyson being small because it's devastating power. Devastating monster inside him. Or his ability to be a great fighter. Tyson was like, what, 210? 215? He was fighting fighters that was 250, like 60 pounds bigger than him. 50 pounds bigger than him. So there should be no problem for other weight classes. So if you have grips, if you collect sanctions of bodies, like if you collect 1 belt, okay, kudos, your name deserves to be shouted out. Your 2 belts shows like, yo, this dude can be something. 3 belts mean, okay, let's see how great you are. 4 belts mean, yo, so I could be remembered, legendary. So the 3rd belt, let's say Adrian Broner, for example, or even Andre Ward. No. Let's just say Adrian Broner. The reason I say Adrian Broner because it's not his fault. His division is gloomy right now. It's not his fault. So what he does is he could still fight scrams, clean out the division, a lightweight. But say if he gets 2 belts, I was gonna say 2 belts he get to fight somebody beneath him. That could probably happen. But that's a little too confusing, for the people. You understand? That might be a little too confusing for the casuals. So we have, if you have 2 belts, you the shit. But if you have 3 belts, you have the right to fight your next class neighbor. And he's on what? That's only what? An 8-pound difference? You understand? So look at the heavyweights. Fucking 50 pounds different. So why not have these other weight classes? Featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, cruiserweight. You understand what I'm saying? Why not have these other smaller weight classes fight each other? Because it's only a 10-pound difference. Look at the heavyweight division. 30-pound difference. Y'all know what this is, yo. This is a dang 9. So, puppet masters are one that's pulling the strings. I hope this get out to y'all. You understand? This need to go down. So, say if, I let me give you. I just want y'all to give a grips on what I'm trying to say here. Say even Adrian Broner had Vasquez's belt, you know, the Southpaw Mexican, and some other guy. Now he has 4 belts or 3 belts at the lightweight division. He's so good there, it's no competition. No real buzz to make him like, to show how great he is. So what happens is how great he is, he fights somebody at 140. Okay, you understand? And he could do it because look at Tyson. Tyson was 210, 215, knocking niggas out 260. Okay? So that's no excuse. No excuse. Holla at me, this is a dang 9. This is what boxing's missing. And this need to be brought to light. I think this should happen. Holla at me. 1.